Hi, so you have a few training camps under your belt at this time. Can you tell me like how is this training camp different in terms of all the other years?
Uh, I'll say this training camp is, it's comfortable, it's fun. I mean, having VJ as a coach is amazing. Like, it's just the way her energy is every day. Like, it just makes coming to practice fun every single day and be ready to work. But I'll just say this is probably my favorite one out of the 5 years I've been here because it's just like the energy coach VJ brings. But I mean, it's been so much fun. But also working hard as well. But it's just the energy she has as well.
Thank you very much. Next up, we're going to go to Drew Ivory. Drew, go ahead and ask your question.
Allisha, how did the challenges of last season better prepare you for this upcoming season?
What do you mean by challenges?
Just being in the bubble and all the circumstances that were different.
I mean, it's just great to be home, being able to play in front of the home crowd, and just be somewhere comfortable. I mean, also being able to play in front of your friends and family as well. I mean, that's the most exciting part.
And are you planning any, war zone tournaments during the season for maybe some W players or anything like that through your Twitch gaming?
I don't know. Right now, my focus is basketball in the season, and that stuff comes as it comes. That's why I have like different management teams for that. But as of right now, my focus is basketball.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Drew. Next, we're going to go to Danny Barlavi. Danny, go ahead and ask your question.
Hey, Allisha, good to talk to you again. So Coach was just talking a bit about your leadership style, saying that you mostly lead by example, but that when you do speak, everyone else knows that it's important and they should listen. So I was wondering if you could speak a bit to that and just basically how you approach leadership and how you've developed that style.
I mean, it's always different ways to lead. Like Coach VJ said, I'm a leader by example. And also like it's just my teammates respect me a lot as well. So I know like everybody on the team has a role, not just know me being like that vocal leader. That's not me. I know me, I'm able to get on the court and coach can be like, watch how Gray does this, watch how Gray does that. And that's the way I'm able to lead by example. And also learn like at an early age, like I always grew up, I was real shy kid. So I just know like, as long as I'm talking on defense and calling out screens, like I'm okay and I won't have my teammates mad at me for getting smashed by a screen. So I mean that's kind of how I built that lead by example kind of leadership role.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Danny. Next, we're going to go to Michelle Volpel. Michelle, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, Allisha, this is Michelle from ESPN.com. You talked about just sort of your personality meshing well with Coach Johnson. Can you talk about how you think this team may look a little different in terms of playing style with a different coach and maybe the year under the belt of a few of the players?
With Coach VJ, the focus is defense. I think this season, like our defense will be a lot more improved. You won't see some of the weaknesses this season as you saw last season with Coach VJ. She always coaches being aggressive and going game speed. So what we do in practice, it'll easily translate over to the game. So I mean, the biggest thing is just her focus is defense, and I think we'll improve a lot on the defensive end.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Next, we're going to go to Megan. Megan, go ahead and ask your question.
Hi, Allisha. Megan Price with Sideline Sports. You ladies had an extended practice today. Can you tell us what y'all were focusing on in particular?
I mean, with Coach VJ, we just go to the floor of practice. I mean, we were working on defense, offense, and we put in like inbound sideline plays as well. So, I mean, with Coach VJ, I mean, she's all about like focusing and getting it right. So, I mean, even with the extended time, like you don't even really notice it because I mean, we're just so focused and also having fun with it at the same time. But it was just offense, defense, just the floor of practice.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, we're going to go back to Champel. Champel, go ahead and ask your question.
Yeah, so I asked Coach the exact same question, but today it was announced that Google is collaborating with ESPN and the WNBA to bring more exposure to the league. 25 games this season for the regular season will be aired on ESPN networks. Can you kind of talk about how that feels in terms of you being a player in addition to just the women's game overall?
It just shows the growth of the game and the growth of the WNBA as a whole. I mean, the biggest thing was being able to get the game out there and allow people to see us. So with different networks being able to pick up our games, I mean, it gives us the coverage we need to allow people to see what the WNBA is all about.
Thank you very much. Next, we're going to go to Drew Ivory. Drew, go ahead and ask your question.
Allisha, last season we talked a lot about your training with John Hallman over the offseason. You were back with him once again. When you think about what you came into training camp feeling like last year compared to this year, how are you feeling, and what did you add to your bag that you didn't have last year?
I mean, every year I just work on continuing like fine-tuning my game, and just whatever moves John come up with, like we just rep him, because I mean, he knows my game. And I mean, this season, I know it's just me being more confident, looking for my shot more, and being able to create more. And it's time for me to finally become that playmaker and look for my shot more in ways, well, smart shots, and being able to help my team. But I know for me, it's time for me to become that consistent scorer on a nightly basis.